heart and soul in every station, from kits and code to satellites. We learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, it's always something cool and new.
All right, guys, I want to welcome everybody to Amateur Radio Roundtable. This is a show about ham radio, amateur radio, shortwave, electronics, you name it, we kind of do it here. Thanks for being with us tonight. If you're out there listening on WBCQ, International Shortwave Station, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. Let us know where in the world you are and how you're hearing the show tonight. Also, we'd love for you to join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group has got about 15,000 members in it now. Just search for in Facebook, just go to the search and type in W5KUB, and that'll bring you right to our ham radio Facebook group. We've got a great Facebook group here. Also, if you will, and I don't know where you're watching tonight. You may be watching it on x.com, you may be watching us on our Facebook group, or you may be watching on YouTube. Don't know where you are, but if you will, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate that. It helps us out a whole lot. And just remember, you can also find us on any audio podcast carrier out there like iHeart, iTunes, all of them carry us, and you can listen to the shows anytime you want to. We'd love to hear from you too, if you just listen to some of the audio podcast. Let's see, what else is going on here? Well, we got a good show tonight. I don't think we're going to be able to get it all in. We got a special guest with us tonight. Martin F. Jew is with us tonight. The founder of MFJ Enterprises is with us tonight, and we're gonna have a long discussion tonight, and we're gonna talk about when he was a novice. We're gonna talk about when he drug meat down the grocery store floor, and we're gonna look at vintage radios and talk about them. So we should have a good time tonight. And Brett, be sure and chime in if there's at any point you want to jump in here with us. So we'll do, I think, we'll have to do the Hamvention videos next show. Hey, we've expanded our prizes here a little bit for you guys to help you guys out. We're going to give away prizes. We're going to give away prizes every show. We're going to start giving you a choice. Like tonight, we got a choice. You can have a choice here. You can get you a handy talkie. You can select a G5 RV antenna, or you can select the Explorer backpack. So whoever wins tonight will be able to choose which one of these he wants. So that's something new we're going to start doing every week. Let's see what else is going on here. I just want to let people know that they are out of the QRZ1 handy talkies, although they should be back in stock this week, and they'll work with you. So, I know what I was going to tell you. Anybody that wants to be eligible to win one of these prizes tonight, we'll do it about mid-show. You got to be in the chat room at w5kub.com. w5kub.com chat room. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks kind of like that right there. You can see people talking right there already. Just go to w5kub.com, and over on the right, there's a little button that says chat and watch the video. Just put your call in there, and hey, you can chat directly with us. But this is where Hambot is going to pick the winner out of this chat room. He does not work in x.com or the Facebook group. So if you want to win, this is a place to be right here. So let's see. Let's jump around here just real quick, and we'll just say hello to Brett first. And Brett, I'm so excited tonight to have Martin with us. What am I forgetting tonight? It seemed like the intro forgot something. Am I forgetting anything?
Oh, I think you did pretty well, Tom. I'm fresh back from Hamvention, which was very exciting. I found a few treasures in the flea market, and I had a lot of fun at the sessions. Also looked at the product announcements and the sneak peeks that were a lot of fun. There were a couple of those where they wouldn't tell you everything about the product, but they hinted that something was coming. So I'm working on that. I'm working on a ham radio summer camp, which our local ham club is doing for high school students. And
Oh,
I'm preparing to do things like teach them about digital modes and show them how vacuum tubes work. Even take one apart to show them. So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
well, that would be really cool, and that's great. Um, Now you got us some video from Ham. Did you get some video at Hamvention?
Yep, I'm knitting together about 115, 120 clips
Oh
from
wow, man.
from Dayton, from the sessions, from the show floor, and from the flea market.
Okay, did you get wet or did you pretty much stay dry?
I took a big umbrella and was walking around with a golf umbrella, and so I did get a little wet, but not much. Um, Friday was gorgeous weather, and I got out there into the flea market. Found, as I mentioned, I found a few treasures. For example, so not all of it was strictly ham radio gear. For
Yeah,
example, I found things like this network tester, which
cool.
normally cost a couple of $100. It's discontinued and you can't get them anymore, but it's one of the best that was ever made. I paid $15 for that
Yeah,
to give
cool.
you an idea of the kind of bargains you could get there, and that was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, you can show us that next show, and
Oh,
we
sure,
can
I'll
look at
go
it. We
into
can
more
look at it
detail.
in detail. And hey, this is your lucky day. That 150 clips you've got. Now you have more time to edit them and figure out how you're going to present them to us. Okay.
Yep, I'll edit them real well.
All right. Well, look, let's jump down and talk to. Let's go down to Starkville, Mississippi, and some people call it Stark Vegas. I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but around here we call it Stark Vegas, and I don't know why. But let's go down and see Martin. Martin, why do they call it Stark Vegas? Do you have any idea?
Well, I don't really know how they started calling it, but we're kind of a little bit of Las Vegas atmosphere down here. Lots of parties going on all the time. Um, Lots of restaurants, lots of clubs, lots of students. People come down here during the football game and have a great time.
Well, yeah, it's a big party place. I know down here, and
Hmm.
I was just down here, folks, a couple weeks ago and visited with Martin, and we're going to see some of that video here in a few minutes. But talk about eating places. I mean, you can't go 50 feet down here without a nice eating place somewhere. Any kind of food you want, it's there, man. Well, Martin, I'm so glad to have you on here tonight. You know,
Well,
I think the last time you were on our show was when we got swatted and the SWAT team came in. Do you
oh,
remember
that's
that?
right.
You
I
remember?
remember that. That was
What
that
did
was
you
something.
what do you think was going on? You're hearing all the background
Well,
noise.
I had no idea. There was just so much noise going on. Surprised you too.
Well, it did surprise me there, and but it was an interesting show that night, and I know Katie and you and let's see, Rich Morrison was on the show, and I had to let you guys take the show over for a little while. I had to go talk to the SWAT team. I didn't know why they arrested me. I thought, well, in college, I called somebody on the phone. I asked if their refrigerator was running. I did some few things like that, but you know, man, I didn't think the SWAT team would be coming after me, man. So anyway, we had fun, and we got over that. And just for everybody's information, after about a year and a half, they actually arrested the person that made the SWAT call on us, and that person was in Wales, across the ocean in Wales. And
Hmm.
my FBI guy here in Memphis got to go to Wales and kick the door down, and they arrested the guy. So that was
Hmm.
interesting. Martin, let's talk about you, man. We're going to start.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Boy, I don't know where to start. Martin. You know, I guess you settled down in Starkville because you went to college here, didn't you?
That's right. I came right after high school, where grew up in Hollandale, Mississippi. It's at Mississippi Delta. Came to Starkville to work on a degree in electrical engineering, and just basically never left. That
So
was a
you
long
didn't
time ago.
you didn't ever want to go back to Hollandale?
No, not to go back to Hollandale. That's a pretty small town, rural community. Back then, it was all cotton. Everything was about cotton. We had a
Yeah.
little store there that just sold rural type, country type products to the folks around there.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. There's some interesting parts in our video here that talks about the store, and I really, there's a very interesting part in there where you talked about cutting the cheese, and we're going to get to that in a little while, everybody. So, but you know, hey, but if you move back, that'd be better for ham radio, less interference, you know, less city noise and all that.
Well,
You-
that is
Well,
true.
How far was your nearest neighbor from you guys?
Well, really, it's a town. It was a town of about
Yeah.
2,500 people. So it was a normal town. There was
Okay,
neighbors right next door.
okay. Well, that was a big town, 2,500 people. I mean, my town.
Well, we were one of the bigger towns. We had people from closer, from towns close by, that would come to Hollandale to look at our streetlights.
Oh, really? Wow, you were uptown. Well, hey, you were a big city. My town was like, I was up there just a few weeks ago. I saw the population of San Martin, and it was like 900 and something people.
Okay, I thought you were from Blierville.
No, I'm from Wilson, Arkansas. So you got Blyville, and then below that you got Osceola. You know where Osceola is?
Okay, yeah,
About
yeah.
17 miles south, and 13 miles south of Osceola, you got Wilson. And
Okay.
it's on Highway 61. That was the largest cotton plantation, I think, in the world for many years. Okay,
Wow.
let's get back on track here,
Well,
Martin.
Well,
What?
you know, your hometown is on the same highway as my hometown.
Yeah,
Highway
I know.
61, the Blues Highway.
Yeah, and that there are some similarities there. Yeah. Hey, Martin, I tell you what, let's do. I want to go ahead and jump right into the video. We're going to stop at
Okay.
about halfway. We're going to stop at about halfway and give a prize away to somebody. And again, if you want to win the prize, you got to be in the W5KUB chat room. And maybe Mark P in the chat room will maybe type that in there and let people remind them of that and how to get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is a visit I had with you a couple weeks ago, and really enjoyed it down. Now Martin is still going in the office every day, guy. He's trying to close his business down, but he's still going in the office every day. And I'm trying to say, Martin, you need to retire and go home, man. Let's do some hamming. All right. So let's do this. Let's start the video up, and and then if you want to break in and comment, let's just comment, okay? So
Okay.
let me get down here to it, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is, right there. Let's see if
For my brother for about
see if I
6
can do
months.
this.
And-
Guys, I'm at MFJ headquarters.
Yeah.
MFJ headquarters. I'm with Martin Jew, Mr. MFJ, K5FLU, and we're just down here today to visit with him and talk a little about history and look at some of these vintage radios he's got in here. Going to have a good time, and then I'm going to take Martin out and I'm going to buy him lunch today. Martin, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great. For 82-year-old man.
I'm not far behind you, Martin, and I'm starting to feel it, you know. But anyway, hey, I'm still able to get out and do a little ham radio every now and then. Hey, Martin, let's talk very quickly about maybe pre MFJ. You were doing some work before this company was built. What were you doing?
Okay. Well, I came back. Okay. After I got a master's at Georgia Tech, I went home and ran a grocery store in Hollandale, Mississippi. It was an old country store for my brother for about 6 months, and then I went to work up in Champaign-Urbana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, for about a year until I got a call from one of the professors at Mississippi State University to wanted to know if I wanted to come back to work on a PhD. He had some money for me, so I didn't really want to work on PhD. I just wanted to get home.
Yeah.
So I worked for almost a year, and then I came back and finished all the coursework. I didn't do the dissertation, so I never got the degree. But during that time, I was going to always start some kind of a business. So when I got back, I started MFJ Enterprises, but it was for designing electronic circuits for the research departments at Mississippi State. And I did several projects. I mean, they were weird projects. They were like, you could take how much of a leaf that a boll weevil ate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And anyway, there were those projects, but I found out pretty quickly that all I could do was all I could do. I couldn't do any much except what I could do. So I wanted to come up with some products that I could have someone else build. Mm-hmm. So that, and the only thing I really knew much about was ham radio. So worked on some products for ham radios and started selling them by mail. We had a little 2-inch ad in Ham Radio magazine that's no longer with us, and started selling products that way. And that was a CW filter, using at the time a brand new piece of electronics. It was an operational amplifier. And
so your CW filter was your first project or your first product that you built?
First project, that and a single sideband low pass filter. But the CW filter was the one that was pretty impressive. It could pick out one signal out of a sea of CW signals, and you could hear that and nothing else. And back then we had separate receivers and separate transmitters, so this board had to be wired inside the radio, or you could use headphones. And just started building those in a old rented hotel room, $16 a month, 50 cents a day.
That was the rent for the hotel room. $16.
$16
a day?
Oh no, $16 a month. It's like 50 cents a day.
Oh,
to rent that. It was a old dilapidated hotel downtown. I mean, it's a nice hotel now, but no furniture, no bathrooms, and I was etching PC boards and drilling boards and just doing everything there. But after a few months, the manager ran me off. I was stinking up the place.
Well, that chemical you etch the boards with, it puts off a pretty good smell. And
Yeah, it did.
But you got a good price on the room. I'll say that for you.
Yeah. I should have just.
So, Martin, $16 a month. Were you able to find another place to work? What'd you do?
I think, let's see, I think from there was a place close to Mississippi State University that the back of it was a silkscreen print shop. And the guy let me rent a small section of it. It must have been 5 or 6 feet wide and I don't know, 20 or 30 feet long. And we worked there until the guy kept going up on rent. He was renting the back part of it until I was paying for all of his rent.
Oh, man.
and I didn't like that. So I left there. I forgot. I think I went to a trailer and started building products in a trailer. And then after we outgrew that trailer, I went back and rented that whole building from the guy he was renting it from.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
Hey, I
Yeah.
should have just rented that to live there.
Yeah. Now, did your crystal? I mean, did your filter sell pretty good in your
Oh
advertisements?
yeah. We sold tons of those filters. We must have during the uh, highlight of the sales. We must have sold like 5,000 of those things.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you touched on a little bit. We're going to jump around in this interview, guys. You touched a little about pre-MFJ, and you mentioned the store.
Mhm.
You mentioned the store where you grew up and you worked, and you were 16 years old. You got your ham license, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna show everybody a picture. You got a picture here of your store. I want to jump over there.
Okay.
We're gonna go everywhere here. Here is a picture of the Jew grocery store right here, and this is where was this? This is
It's in Hollandale, Mississippi. It's in the Mississippi Delta.
All right,
It's near Greenville, Mississippi, the port city.
and that was right off Highway 61. I
Highway
guess?
61, the Blues Highway.
All right, and your whole family ran that store. You worked in it.
Well, yeah, my father built that store in 1948. We always lived in that area, Rolling Fork, Greenville, but he moved to Hollandale, built that store, and when I was 6, 7 years old, he died, and so it was me and my brother, a year younger, and my sister, 4 years younger than my mother. Then I had a sister who was 22 years older. They came and helped us out, and she and her husband, and she had Robert, who's 4 years younger than me. He became an architect, and he drew that from memory.
That's a beautiful picture there. So hey, tell me how young were you when you were working in that store?
Oh, as soon as we could make change. I mean, we were standing on milk crates, looking over the counter, making change.
I probably couldn't make change till I was 10, but okay. So you sold groceries. Tell me
Yeah.
about the cheese. I know there's a story
yeah.
about cheese. Your farm workers would come in for lunch and they'd want cheese and crackers, right?
Oh yeah, no, that was back then. Cotton was king in the Delta, and there were workers in the field that chopped the weeds out of the cotton fields, the cotton choppers, and they would come in the back of a truck to get lunch, and lunch would be like some cheese, a pack of crackers, and RC cola, and they would come and ask for 15 cents worth of cheese. And we had these big hoops of cheese, and you would cut it with a big knife, and then you would weigh it. And you couldn't always cut exactly 15 cents worth of cheese. So if it were like, you cut a little bit more and you say, how about 17 cents? Some of them would say, oh, that's fine. And then some of them would say, no. I want 15 cents worth. So I would pick up that piece of cheese, take a bite off of it, and reweigh it, and then wrap it back up, and they would have
cool.
lunch.
So let's just say one of your jobs was cutting the cheese, right? That was one of your jobs in the store there. Oh, hey, now you also sold. Hey, before we get into your next little story about working there, which I think is interesting, if I remember correctly, Martin, I mean, you and your family are kind of part of history here. Was it your grandfather or great-grandfather that came to America and worked on building the Continental Railroad? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that was, as I understand, my great-grandfather came here and worked on the Transcontinental Railroad. He was a dynamite boy. He climbed on the side of the mountain, drilled a hole in the mountain, stuffed it with dynamite, and blew part of the mountain off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he went back to China, but my
Did he?
grandfather and father stayed.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay. All right. let me get back to the story here. I think you're going to tell us another interesting story here about working in the grocery store.
Big chunks of meat, beef, right?
Oh yeah, we did. I mean, this was.
Now you were a little guy. How could you carry that beef around?
Well, that was after I got a little bit older, but I couldn't pick that beef up. I mean, I would have to just drag it across the floor until I could get it on a butcher block.
Well, I'm sure that y'all kept the floor pretty clean.
It was clean.
And nobody that you know of died from it, did
Oh
they?
no, I'm sure we must have put something on between the floor and that hunk of meat when we dragged it.
All right. Now, in the store, you aged and you got to be 16 years old and you got your ham license.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you have your ham station?
It was up in the attic.
But that was hot down there.
It was hot there. We didn't have air conditioning. There was a big attic fan on the end, and there was just some boards in the middle of the attic, and it wasn't
across
finished.
the rafters, there were just some boards, huh?
Yeah, and I took some old pieces of wood and kind of built kind of a table, and used a piece of wood as the table, and ran a wire all the way to the back. I didn't have coax, but you could get TV twin lead back then, and the wire that I used for the antenna was from electrodynamic magnets, because back then the speakers didn't have magnets that were strong enough, so they used electromagnets, and these were the really old radios, and you could unwind that wire and get enough and use it for an antenna, but they were soft wires. You could put it up, and after a while it would stretch and break, so I had to replace it. And we had a tree back there. It wasn't on our property, and I put one up, and every few weeks somebody would cut it down.
Oh no, man. So there's some similarities, I guess, between you getting your license and me. Now, I think there's about maybe four years of age difference. You're about 4 years older than me, but still very, very similar. So you grew up on Highway 61 in the Delta in Mississippi. I grew up on Highway 61 in the Delta in Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
I got my license at 16. You got your license at 16.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
So I feel kind of the same, I think.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, we're kind of kin in that area there. All right, so let's move on. You started MFJ, and you got a bunch of companies. I can't name them all. Can you name them all? You got, 7 companies?
Well, let's see. Ameritron, High Gain, Cushcraft, Mirage, Vectronics, in addition to us.
Is that all of them?
Yeah, there was 6 of us, including us.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
right.
over time, you built all those up really, really good. And now, unfortunately, we're talking about after 50-something years.
Yeah, 52 years.
You're wanting to retire.
82 years old. I figured it was time for me to go home and rest a little bit and be with the family and just see my grandkids grow up.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Too much work and no play. That's not much fun.
Yeah.
Now let's just look at your office here, and let's do a sweep of the office, the bookcases and all the notebooks and different things we've got in here. This is stuff you've accumulated over the years, and particularly these notebooks back here. A lot of your products, I think, came from people with ideas, right? They'd come to you and say, Martin, I need something that'll do this, and you would write that in that book.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
A lot of it came from there. You go to Hamfest and people tell you the kind of things, kind of problems they have, and you find a solution for it and come out with a product. A lot of it came from just me playing with ham radio and finding out what problems were. And a lot of them, if you look at these magazines here, came from me. I would just read those magazines from cover to cover I would go back to some of the magazines that were back in the 1950s, 1960s, 1940s, and read through them and revive some of the old ideas.
You've got complete volumes of magazine, QST, CQ, 73 magazine.
Ham radio magazine.
And some of these go back how far?
Well, the QST, I have some back to the 1920s.
1920s.
Yeah, maybe even some.
You know, I'm a builder, and I love just looking at the old magazines and finding projects to build. I don't necessarily like reading all the articles, but I like building those projects, you know, in there. And so probably every one of these books has some great stuff in them.
Great stuff.
Right there. Okay. Let's talk about some of the equipment you've got on the shelf here. Boy, you got a bunch of it.
Okay.
It's stacked outside. It's in the next room over here. Oh man, Martin, I need 3 or 4 days just to show this. Let's come on over here, Martin. Let's start up here and let's just talk about these, and we'll go around the room here a little bit. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can stand, Al.
Okay. This is a.
So, Martin, there's a question in the chat room. Mark wanted to know, did you ever get a chance to know your Chinese grandpa?
No, I didn't know my great-grandfather at all. That was way before my time.
Yeah.
And my grandfather, I think he died the year that I was born.
Really? Yeah.
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 He's buried in Memphis.
Oh, really?
My father
Yeah.
is too. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
didn't get to know him.
Well, let's see. Comment, when your work is play, it's really hard to retire. So maybe that's why you've been sticking around so long. Your work is, you could play a lot, but I tell you, I know from running all those companies, you were busy. You might not have had much time to play.
Yeah.
I imagine the government kept you busy.
Lots of rules and regulations, that's for sure.
Yeah. Question in the chat room. Do you have Radio Electronics magazine?
I do. Have Radio Electronics, Electronics World, Popular Electronics, Electronics Illustrated, all of the popular magazines back in those days. I've got collections of those.
All right.
Did you advertise there?
Oh, no. The magazines we advertised in were almost all in the ham radio magazines. Now, we play some ads in some of the video magazines and also in some of the computer magazines. We kind of got off into those field a little bit and made some products of that.
Yeah. Well, I know you advertise big, I think, in QST, I think.
Yeah,
I think you advertised there, not as much in CQ, but I think most of your stuff was in QST, wasn't it?
Yeah, most of it was. I mean, for so many years, we had like 14, 16 pages every single month in QST. That must have went on for 30, 40 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, Martin, I know you had to sell a bunch of antenna analyzers to pay for 16 pages in QST.
Well, that's true, but I kind of look at it the other way, that those 16 pages got us so many sales.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Crafter S40, long line of similar receivers. That was a receiver I had as a novice.
Oh wow! You had a nice receiver.
Yeah, that was made in the 1940s, and I had gotten it used back then. But that was my good receiver. The first receiver I had was an old Navy TCS 12, and the whole 40-meter band was like one width, and I couldn't ever make a contact with it.
Well, when your whole band's about like this, and you know you got a bunch of people in there, it's hard Hard to
Yeah.
do. This would be a good novice receiver back then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah.
great novice receiver.
Yeah.
This, you set the frequency
In the band.
in the band, and this was
Then
a
you got
fine
your
tuning.
band spread is what it's
Yeah.
called there, and that
Yeah.
would kind of spread it out. That is
Yeah.
so cool there.
Yeah.
The standby receive switch, did it actually control a relay or something for you? Or?
No, it just muted the receiver.
Oh, okay.
You had to, back then you had a separate transmitter
Right.
and a receiver, and you would use an alligator clip to move that antenna from the transmitter to the receiver so you could receive, and then when you get ready to transmit, you had to take it and move it back to the
Yeah.
transmitter.
Yeah.
And sometimes you forget to move it after receiving it, and you would be sitting there talking to yourself.
Oh man. All right, let's jump up here a little higher. What do we got here? An SS.
Yeah, that was one of the very early transistorized transceivers.
Yeah.
There was all solid state except in the final stage and the driver stage. I had one of these, and the one above it was the predecessor to that one.
Oh wow.
Now that was something back in this day. That was back in the 60s.
You say it was sideband?
Yeah, that's sideband.
Yeah.
Now the problem back then was lots of drift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's jump on over. Well, hey, I
Okay.
recognize this guy right here, the Model 2B, the Drake 2B. I guess that was a really good receiver.
That
wasn't
was
it?
a really good receiver.
Yeah.
There's another Drake right above that, that R4B,
Oh yeah.
and then right above that, that's pretty rare radio. It's a Mosley CM1, uses one tube type, and it was based on a Drake 2B, similar type
okay.
of architecture.
Okay. Ed, are you able to kind of get a close up of some of these right here? Okay. Very good. All right. Well, oh man, great. Oh, now we get into some good Heathkit stuff right here.
Yeah, the very top one up there was Heathkit's very first transmitter. It used a 6L6 for the final output tube. That was an audio output amplifier.
Yeah. Well, come on, walk on over this one
Okay.
so we can see you here.
Yeah,
So that was one of their first Heathkit
Yeah, that
transmitters.
was their first
They probably
hand.
ran what, maybe 20, 30 watts? I
yeah,
don't know.
something like that. Crystal control,
Uh-huh.
and then this is a novice
Transceiver
Well, it
or
says
transmitter?
transceiver. It's really a transmitter and a receiver.
Okay.
You could tune the receiver, but for the transmitter, you either plugged in
yeah,
crystals
Yeah.
or you plugged the VFO in it. But
Right.
it was a good radio.
We-
It had crystal filtering in it.
We talked about that on the show last night. As a novice, we had to use crystals for our transmit frequency. Now you start moving into some a little bit nicer. Heathkit started making some nicer equipment here, like the, they did the HW 101s and the SB line, the
Yeah,
303.
That's
the
a
400.
receiver. Yeah.
Here's a receiver. And this is a transmitter.
That's a transmitter.
I
Yeah.
guess, are those matching or?
No.
Maybe not. No. Well, okay. Well, so we can see an improvement here of gear over time.
Yeah. They're kind of mismatching
Okay.
in time, but right above that was the transmitter.
DX20.
Right
here?
DX20 or DX40?
It says
DX20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came after this transmitter. That's the VFO at the top,
Okay.
and right next to it is a early Heathkit keyer.
I had one just like that. I don't know
Okay.
what happened to it, but you built it. It was a kit. It was a keyer. You can see the paddle on it right there.
And right next to it, you see the other Heathkit
There's
keyer?
another one up there.
Yeah.
Keyer. That looks a little better. I think it's an improvement probably. Yeah.
Now, this is a more modern than the HW16. That was the HW99, which is also a novice transceiver,
Yeah.
but it was solid state.
Okay, some of these I didn't even know they existed.
Yeah.
I never even heard of that one. Now, what is that?
Okay, the stack 3 above that are QRP radios. This is a full superhet
That's
for
the
QRP,
HW9.
HW9, and right above is HW8, and the earliest Heathkit direct conversion transceiver was the HW7.
Yeah, does the 9 have a, is that a 9? I think it is. Does it have a VFO? That's an
Yeah,
8
this
above it.
yeah, that's an 8. That's a 7, 8, 9.
Oh, okay. And that had a VFO in it.
Yeah,
Those had
they
VFO.
all had VFO. The top two were direct conversion.
Okay. All right. Let's just keep going here real
Yeah,
quick.
here's a VFO, and that's one of the
Yeah.
early.
The early VFO.
Hmm.
You think it drifted?
Oh well, they
Probably
drifted.
it drifted. Yeah. Back then, a little drift didn't hurt anything. Okay. And then above it, what do we got? QRP? Is that a one? No, QRP watt meter
Oh yeah, that's the Heathkit.
and a tuner.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Tuner
cool.
and watt meter,
I've never seen those
power
before.
supply. Yeah.
Power supply, antenna tuner, and the QRP watt meter. That's interesting there.
And that gray box up at the
Up
top.
there.
Yeah. Q multiplier.
Come on over here and stand over
Okay.
this way. See if I can
Did
get
you have a Q multiplier in your radios?
Yeah, I did not.
Okay.
I have a Q multiplier.
Well,
I knew of them, but I
Okay.
didn't have one.
Well, you connected that back into the first IF, and it increased the Q of that tuned circuit, and it could give you super sharp CW selectivity, and you could tune within that passband of the IF and select signals out of it. That was an add-on for radios that had 455 kilohertz IF.
Okay.
That was a pretty popular. It was pretty amazing what it did.
Now I see two more tiers up there. Is one of those, is that top one? Is that an MFJ tier?
No,
Or
those two and those two here are Tentec
Tentec
tiers.
tiers?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a whole line of Tentec equipment here. Yeah, they were. They had some really good products. I have. Let's see. There's three of the higher. Well, no. There's three of the higher power solid state. Let's see. There is the Century 21, which was Century 21, I think. No, that's the Century 21. That's the Century 22. Both of those were direct conversion, double direct conversion, and the two brown ones are superhits from Tentec. One of them is a 50-watt radio, and the other one's a 100-watt radio. Now, this is an early QRP Tentec radio.
Okay.
It's a Argonaut 509.
Now, here's a Heathkit. This is a DX40. This one up here, that's the DX20, and that's the DX40. They must have made some improvements, maybe higher power.
Higher power. I think it seemed like it was a 6146 in the final amplifier, and it had a screen modulator for AM. So
Screen
you
modulation.
could,
Yeah.
screen modulation would, the carrier would vary in time with your voice.
Yeah.
So when you were using it, you sounded really bad, but people thought you were on sideband.
So I talked about that last time on the show. In fact, my first transmitter for voice, it was screen modulated, and I actually put a plate modulator on it,
Oh man, that was big time.
and it made a big difference. Yeah. So, oh man, my head is just swimming right now, Martin. I see a lot of MFJ products over there.
Those were the early MFJ products. That stack there were some of the original first products that we had. The top one is the original product after we put it into a case. What I found out pretty quickly was the hams wanted something that was plug and play. We sold a lot more of those than the ones that were just PC boards that you had to wire into your radio. And those gray boxes came from Radio Shack. And see those holes that were punched there?
Yeah.
We would buy the box from Radio Shack, it was complete, no hose in it. And it was a problem trying to drill those holes. You see that slot there?
Yeah. How do you make the slots?
Well, okay. What I did was I went to Starkville Tool and Die and had them make a punch set
Oh, okay.
And what it was two pieces of metal about a half-inch thick, about
Yeah.
maybe an eighth inch, 16th of an inch between them. And it had a hole pattern, and you would slide the box in it. There was a punch that you dropped in it. You took a hammer and just hit it,
with a,
and it would knock out a clean hole.
So it was a punch.
Yeah, they had 11 holes in it, so you hit it, that hammer 11 times. And we had a student, and his
gee.
whole purpose in life was to stand there and swing that hammer.
Hit each box 11 times, right?
On the front, and then you had to do the back of it.
Oh, man, oh, man. All right, hey, let's jump over here on this bookcase here and see what we got, Martin. Boy, that's a nice looking antenna tuner here, AT300.
Yeah,
I don't know anything
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that was, oh,
Advanced electronics.
70s, 80s, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they had a line of good products, and
Okay. James Millen.
yeah, that's a really heavy duty. You know, this was back in the AM days, so you had to have some really heavy duty
Right.
tuners.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're in any power, you really had to have some
Yeah.
good tuners there.
At the very
Yeah.
top on the left, that light gray cabinet,
Uh-huh.
that's a early Heathkit antenna tuner.
It's got a light in it. Looks like a number 47 lamp. I don't know. What do you
Well,
do? Tune for the light, brightest light or something?
Yeah,
or-
I think that's a neon bulb.
Oh, is it?
It may be a 47.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think it may be, it's either
It may
that
be
or a
neon.
neon.
It may be
yeah.
neon, yeah.
Yeah, you tune it. That's how you tuned it up.
Well, you know, back in the olden days, we used a 100-watt light bulb for our dummy load. So
Yeah.
it worked pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Man, I love tuners. I love building tuners. You got more tuners over here.
Yeah.
Matching. They call them matching.
This, Harvey Wells, this is the original Z-Match.
Oh,
This goes back in the 1950s. This
Wow.
is what the QRPers like to use.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
That came from an article in QST magazine.
Yeah.
Harvey
So-
Wells had some,
But Harvey Wells manufactured that.
yeah,
Yeah. Boy, they used some heavy metal on it.
they did.
You know, it's
Far out.
is it coming in loose there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
stay up
Okay.
there.
All right. Hey, oh man. Now, hey, let's get it. Oh, I showed this last night. That was my novice receiver. That was a good receiver back in the 60s.
Mhm.
Not ham band only, 80 through 6 meters. And here's actually the matching transmitter that matches it if you want to do that. Now, I didn't go that route. I took what I could get
Yeah.
back then, but I love the receiver. You know, I bought one last month at a ham fest. I got my novice receiver back. It don't stand up in comparison to the new modern stuff.
Well, let me talk about that for
Yeah,
just a minute.
talk about it.
Back then, there were hardly any ham band only receivers. That was one of the very few. Most of them were general coverage, where you had to set the main tuning knob, then
Yep.
have a band spread. So that was really pretty unusual. You had a band for each ham band.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it had 2 IF stages. So it was
Okay.
more than something like All-American 5 S38. You know, it was a much better receiver back then.
Well, I thought it was a great receiver back then, again, but comparing it to some of the stuff that's coming out now,
Oh, yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
as good. You
Yeah.
know? But
Oh, yeah.
Back then,
It was a
it was
great,
great.
yeah.
Little transmitter here, the helicopter transmitter matches it. I think HT40. I don't know.
Mhm.
This is probably 40 watt. Or I have no idea.
Yeah, something
It's
like
low
that.
power right there.
Crystal control.
Yeah, that one is crystal. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Crystal control right there.
You could plug a VFO into it.
Yes.
What for the younger hams that may not know what crystal control means,
Well,
You're
I showed
stuck
them
on
last
one
night.
frequency.
Yeah, I showed them
Okay.
last night. And you being a novice, me being a novice, we may not even have the same frequency crystals. I may be on this frequency and you may be on that frequency, but we still were able to talk to each other.
yeah. Now you would call CQ, and then you would tune your receiver up and down and look for somebody
Somebody
calling
calling you
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Yeah.
Now to change frequency On a crystal, slightly. You could take the crystal apart and take a pencil and rub out and put some lead on that crystal, and it
that
would
would change
lower
the
it a little
frequency.
bit.
You know, I never did it, but I read where you could actually take an abrasive like toothpaste or something, and you could rub it. I guess that would make the crystal less.
Yeah, and it
would
would
probably change
raise
the frequency the other
frequency,
way. Yeah.
The problem with doing that is that if you rub too much on it, it'll quit oscillating.
Oh, oh man.
You couldn't
All
reverse
right.
that.
Up there, I assume in that brown box, I assume that is a Morse code tape that the old style you could do Morse code training.
That's
with
right.
it.
Instructograph.
Okay, instructograph.
There's above that cardboard box, it's got paper tape with holes punched in it.
Yeah.
And that's what formed the Morse code characters.
Again, Drake equipment. You know, I read where Drake was the leader in ham radio equipment for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And then for some reason they lost it. But more
Yeah.
Drake,
Yeah.
the 2C receiver.
That's the novice set. That was
Okay.
in competition with the Helicraft novice set. That's a novice transmitter, the novice transmitter,
Uh-huh.
and the novice receivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What are these little bitty things?
Okay, that is something I'm really proud to have. That was the first piece of transistorized equipment in ham radio. It was, if I remember right, sold in 1954, somewhere around that time period, made by Regency. Regency was the company that brought out the very first transistor radio that was on the market. It was a 4-transistor superhet radio. I mean, they're selling $400,000-$500,000 now. But what that was a mobile converter that you put in your car, and it would convert the ham bands. So you hook it up to your AM radio, and the
Right.
AM radio would be the IF strip and the audio, and this would be the front end of it.
And you'd actually tune ham bands on your AM car radio.
Well, on this one, you
oh.
tuned it on the box itself.
Now, is that what you're talking about up there?
No,
Or-
no,
or-
no, I'm
or
talking
one of
about
these?
this one. That's
Yeah.
the same thing,
Yeah.
except that's a vacuum tube version of it.
Okay.
Now this one, if you look, you can hardly see it, but if you look right
Oh, it's
here,
got a dial on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you turn the band selector,
Uh-huh.
that dial rotates,
Okay.
and it
cool.
goes to the next band.
Yeah. I never really had anything like this. I did, they came out with the FM radio converter. Did the same
Okay.
thing where you put it.
Okay, guys, let's let's take a break here for a second. And Martin, we've looked at a lot of stuff so far. Question: did you use any of that equipment, or is that just equipment you've collected?
There were some pieces that I reconditioned and used, but most of it were radios that I knew about or friends had, and I just admired them, and I just bought them, put them up on the shelf, and just look at them.
Well, you told me one time that I asked you why you had so many there, and you told me, well, when you were, young and getting started, you didn't have the money to buy all that, and now look at that. Now you can buy any radio you want.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to do a prize here in just a moment, and then we'll get back to the tour and the discussion with Martin. There's a lot more to see, a whole lot more, and some really interesting things there coming up here in just a minute. We're going to take a quick break. Everybody, listen, get ready, and if you want to be eligible for the prize, you got to be in the W5KUB.com chat room. And that's where Hambot's going to pick. He's going to pick the name from there. So just go to W5KUB.com, click on a yellow button at the top that says chat room and video, and you can watch the video there. And you can also enter your call down there, and you'll be in a chat room. And Hambot is going to pick somebody. Let me tell you what's coming up for a prize. What we're going to start doing, guys, is we're going to start giving you a choice. So instead of just giving you a handy-talkie or an antenna or something like that, what we're going to do each week is give you a choice. So whoever the winner is here tonight, they can select from a QRZ1 a handy-talkie, a dual-band handy-talkie, or you can get you a G5RV Junior antenna, or you can get one of the Explorer backpacks. So you get your choice. So I know there's a lot of people that, you know, I mean, if you're on VHF only, you don't need that G5RV, and if you're an HFer, you may not want the QRZ1. So, you know, there's all kinds of things. So we're going to start giving you a choice here to pick your prize. And what we do when we turn your name in to Gigaparts there, they'll give you a voucher, and you'll be able to select whatever you want there at no cost to you. So we're going to be doing that in just a couple minutes. So let's take just a quick break. We'll be right back, and we're going to have Hambot come on. So everybody stand by. Stick around. Any ham radio conversation in ICOM is bound to come up. The reason's pretty straightforward. Solid state receivers, clear audio, and a layout that feels natural the second that you start operating. These radios are made for real on-the-air time, whether the bands are calm, crowded, or somewhat in between. The new IC7300 Mark II builds upon everything operators loved about the original IC7300, elevating it to a sharper, cleaner, and more capable HF experience. Its improved RMDR, lower phase noise, enhanced cooling, and expanded I/O options make it a next level performer for serious operators who want crystal clear reception, rock solid transmit quality, and a modern convenience. Built for satellite, EME, and weak signal enthusiasts, the IC9700 continues an all-mode operation on VHF, UHF, and 1.2 gigs with SDR precision. Its real-time dual-band scope, full duplex capability, and high power output make it the ultimate transceiver for operators pushing the limits above 50 megahertz. For more information about ICOM's amateur radios, please visit icomamerica.com/amateur. All right. Okay, guys, so listen up here. That was Hambot. You met Hambot. Let me tell you just a quick story about Hambot. We used to give a lot of prizes away at Ham Fest and stuff like that, but back in the early days, people would argue with me saying they won it and they came in time and they won it, and I'd say, no, you didn't. And me being the easygoing, easy guy, I always give in, and they always get the prize. So we developed Hambot in-house. Hambot does the work of about 4 or 5 people, and you can't argue with Hambot. Let me tell you, Hambot's going to pick a name in a minute, and then Hambot's going to give a countdown, and he's going to give you, I think, 60 seconds to say, I'm here. All you got to do is say, I'm here, or hello, or hit a period. As long as you send something into the chat room, Hambot will see that you're here and you claim the prize. Now, if you're not here and you don't claim the prize, when he says 0 times up, Hambot's going to pick somebody else. So that's how we do it. Real quick, if you haven't gone to w5kub.com, click on the chat room button at the top, get in that chat room, because in the next 30 seconds, we're going to be giving some prizes away. All right, so Hambot, are you ready to give a prize away tonight? All right, so Hambot looks like he's ready to do a prize. Let's see what we got going here. All right, I think Hambot is working there. Okay, again, this is a prize that you have a selection of prizes. Just decide after you win, you can just decide what you want here. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Here we go. Looks like we're looking for WB4 OKM. Now the chat room is the official timekeeper, not my voice, because our video. Is he there? Did he answer? Hambot? Let's see. Here. He said he's here. Oh man, I tell you, you guys are getting good. You are claiming prizes. You're claiming prizes quicker than Hambot can give them out there. But there's Hambot. Looks like WA4OKM1. He said he's here. Congratulations, and we'll notify Gigaparts about your winning, and we'll copy you on the email. So thank you so much for participating. Thank you. All right. Boy, that didn't take long at all. Man, you know, the interesting thing is we had some prizes from time to time that cost $500 or more each. And Hambot would try to give that away, and sometimes we'd have to go through 5 people before we got a winner. But it's amazing how quick you guys are jumping on these. Okay. All right, well, let's get back to our visit with Martin down at Starkville, or Stark Vegas, I might say. Here we go. Any comments, Martin, before I start it up again?
Well, no, I've enjoyed watching you do interviews. You're a very good interviewer, Tom.
Oh man, no, I'm an amateur here, man. You know, I'm an amateur. But you know, Martin, let me just throw something out. And I think it's public knowledge. It's in Facebook and different places, and they're doing a documentary on MFJ and Martin FG guys. They're putting a documentary together. And I think we have also supplied some video to them for that. So be on the lookout soon. I'm not sure when it's going to be released, but it's going to be a great documentary, and you'll probably learn a whole lot more. I read a lot about it. In fact, if you were at Dayton this year, there was a forum. I think they discussed and went over the details of the documentary, and it was some interesting stuff in there. How you doing there, Brett? You doing okay, man? Got any questions?
Oh yeah, I actually attended part of that session where they told the MFJ story. It sounds like this is going to be something really interesting and fun to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. And boy, I tell you what, Martin, it's kind of sad. It's sad seeing you close down. I know you're. I know, like I think what Ameritron has been purchased. I don't think that's a secret. I don't have the detail to give out here, but I know that you're still working to try to.
High-gain and Cushcraft.
Yeah. Oh,
High-gain
okay.
and Cushcraft.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Cushcraft. Yeah, and High-gain.
Yeah.
Not Ameritron.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, boy, I ought to start me up a business. I ought to be the Ameritron guy. I ought to do that, Martin. But then I wouldn't have time to play, and I want to play, so I'm just not going to do it. But anyway, Martin,
Yeah,
I was looking forward. I was looking forward. You know, you had the 45th anniversary and cookout down there five or 6 years ago. I came to it, enjoyed it greatly, man. I was really looking forward to that 50th cookout, man.
Yeah, we just missed that. That was pretty close to during COVID, during that
Was it?
period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. But anyway, talking about the documentary, it's a guy named Preston Booth. He has done a lot of research, and he's turned up stuff that I haven't even seen.
He's got the negatives
yeah.
too. Martin. He's got the negatives, so you know, whatever he
Okay.
needs, you need to just give it to him. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So
Let's
Mark,
get.
another question. Did you take advantage of the university and hire a lot of maybe students from there to build the business?
Well, we hired as many as those who wanted to work. They were smart kids. The problem is they wouldn't come to work all the time. They had too much. They were having too much fun in Start Vegas.
Oh man. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, Martin. how do I say it? I think I had too much fun in college too. Man.
Yeah, no,
But Martin, that was a long time ago, man. I mean,
long time.
that was a long time ago. All right. Let's get back to our story here, and we got some stuff coming up here in a minute that I'll probably have tears over. Let's see. Let's get here. I know I will.
Right.
Yeah. Here we
Your
go.
AM radio, and you could have FM in your
Oh
car.
yeah.
Same
Okay.
principle here.
Yeah.
Oh boy, getting into some old stuff, you guys. This is before my time. you
Yeah.
know. Harvey Wells
Harvey Wells
transmitter, I guess. right?
transmitter. That was in the late 40s.
Yeah.
Maybe around 1948 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
right
even
after-
before my
Right
time.
after the war. Yeah. Yeah. That's something here. All right. Hey, I'm just looking at man. You got stuff everywhere. Look at this, guys. MFJ DC voltage meter. Look at that, and it's got power poles on it right here. That's kind of cool. What do we got
show
back
you this
there?
thing.
What is that? Looks like a bomb. looks like a bomb to me.
You plug a pair of headphones into it, and it will allow you to have filtering for each ear. So if you have hearing problems,
Yeah.
it's a CW or single sideband filters. That's just the prototype. These things are capacitor boxes, so I could vary the capacitors. And it was a series filter with an inductor and a series capacitor, and a way to adjust the level so you could
So you could
adjust
adjust the
it, yeah.
amplitude and then maybe even the frequency,
frequency for
response
each ear.
ear. That is something.
yeah.
That's something. So you're not going to be selling this, right?
Well, yeah, I guess not.
No, probably not now. Probably not. Okay. All right, come on over here. Let's
Okay.
talk. Oh man, we're not gonna be able to get through. You got stuff down here. You got some neat stuff on the floor. Oh man, let's look at this. What do we got here? It's getting old.
Yeah, that's
That's-
a S53. That was kind of
S53.
a predecessor to that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, getting a little. You can tell it's getting old. It's getting old like me and you.
Yeah.
It's getting a little rusty there. I told you I bought an I think a S38 at the same Hamfest.
Okay.
It's in really good shape. And here's a
HT18, that was an exciter. It
Oh,
could
really?
be used as a transmitter by itself or as a VFO.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That is that's very interesting there.
I saw that in a QST magazine. It must have been back in the 50s. And somehow I ran across one of those at a Hamfest, and I just picked it up because I had seen it for so long.
Yeah.
It's a mobile transmitter.
All right. Mobile was tough back in the day.
Oh, it was really
it
hard
was
back
tough
then.
back in the day. Yeah. A national. I've never seen it before. Model
SW54.
SW54.
That was a shortwave receiver that was in the same class as an S38. It's made by National.
Okay.
And the tuning, see on the side,
I see that over there.
yeah, you use your thumb to tune it. That was your fine tuning.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, this is a night receiver.
That-
I'm sure it's a night kit.
That's a night kit. That was the equivalent to the Telecrafter.
Oh really?
But it wasn't ham band, it's general coverage, but it had dials for it. It had two IFs
How do you
too.
think this receiver really compared to a great receiver back in its day? Did it have good selectivity or sensitivity, or was it about?
It was on the level of an S38.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it was better than S38, but not much better.
Okay. All right. World Travelers. That's a brand.
Yeah, that was a Regency.
Oh
You
yeah,
see it,
Regency. There's
yeah.
a Regency
It
brand.
was a shortwave radio. It was equivalent to an S38
That
and
is
an
so
SW
cool.
National SW54.
That's cool. And man, the tuning still works.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk to you about this. This is my novice transmitter.
Oh,
and we
man.
went into detail with it on the show last night, but VFO crystal, of course, as a novice, we had to run crystal. The nice thing was it's 80 through 6 meters, so it matched my receiver. And it was cool. I could work 6-meter AM voice as a tech, and I could work CW as a novice at the same time back then. I don't know if you can still do, well, I don't know if you can do anything like that today or not. I'm not really up on all the rules, but microphone went right there. And the interesting thing about the old transmitters, guys, is you had your Pi network, and it's very easy to tune into really various loads. I mean, back then we didn't have SWR meters or anything like that. Our dummy load was a 100-watt light bulb, and man, I would just put a wire out, and I would dip the plate and tune the load, and watch the meter over here, and magic happened. It would match a lot of different impedances. So that's cool right there.
Basically had a built-in antenna tuner.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So Martin, when you start getting rid of this stuff, I want to talk to you about this.
Okay.
I'm really interested in putting my novice station back together.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's just move on right here a minute. Oh, right here behind me.
Yeah. Let me talk about this.
Yeah. I didn't see these down here.
Okay. Doesn't that look exactly like a S38, the original S38?
I guess it does.
The only difference is the original had a BFO control here.
Okay.
But that's not a S38. If you look at it,
What's the
SR75.
Yeah.
Okay. What that is, it's an S38, but it has a transmitter built into it. And the transmitter controls are on the back. And they
Okay.
use plug-in cars. This was made like 1948, 1950. It wasn't made for very long.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty rare. It took me a long time to find that.
How many of these things do you think can still work if you plug them in today? You think you're...
Well, I would say most of them would still work. I mean, I'm sure the electrolytics have to be replaced.
Yeah. This looks like a nice receiver. I never had one of these, but HQ110.
Yeah, this is really heavy duty. Turn that knob there.
Oh yeah, it feels good. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I needed a clock or not, but I guess for logging back then, a clock would have been good, because back then we had to log everything.
Yep.
You got a receiver hidden down here. This looks like a really nice receiver.
Yeah, it's a Helicrafter. Let's see, I forgot. Oh, S108.
That's a ham band only.
Yeah.
Ham band. That's nice. I would love to have something like that back then.
That's a takeoff on that old S40. If you look at the knob placements, they're same knob placements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. This was a ham band only too.
Yeah. Hey guys, you can probably still find these. I know MFJ is closing down, but put that in your window and bring all your coaxes through the window with this. Put that in the window. I guess you could cut a hole in your window, or you could put this board in the window and bring your window down to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could do.
That's made of cedar.
Okay.
So it's weather resistant.
Yeah. All right. We got it. Let's see what we got here.
One.
This is. Tell me about it.
20 through 6 meter antenna. It's center loaded.
Center loaded.
You change it by moving. Yeah. You move the tap wherever you want.
Move the tap.
It's a telescoping antenna.
Yeah.
And you could set it so you can drive into your garage, or if you're going to go on a long trip, extend it all the way out for more efficiency.
All right. Now I ran something like this when I tried mobile with the Hustler. That's not even a Hustler, is
That's
it?
one of ours.
That's one of yours.
Yeah.
I had the Hustler brand, 80, 40, and 20 traps, and this is a mast, and I built just a bracket to go on top, and I had 3 traps. I had my 80 meter trap that went up, I had my 40 meter, and I had my 20 meter trap, and it kind of worked. I don't know, but looks like you're doing something similar here, three band.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 80, maybe, I don't know. I don't
Um,
know. Got a lot of
That's
coil there.
probably 40.
Probably 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Let me.
Now, is this a product you sold?
Now we were going to. If
You
we
were
had
gonna make it?
kept on doing, but let me show you this.
Yeah.
You know, this by itself, if you have a hamstick screwed into,
Right.
it, you know, mount it and you have a hamstick screwed into it,
Yep.
well, you can put another one of these connectors here. Okay, this,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
your hamstick connector, right?
Oh, yeah,
your,
yeah.
Your gumdrop. This screws in place up. This screws there.
Yeah.
Okay, then that antenna will screw into here,
Okay.
and then another antenna screws into here.
Yeah.
So with this, you can have dual band mobile with 2 hamsticks.
Yeah.
This is all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people are making these dipoles out of ham sticks too, you know,
Yeah.
where they put 2 ham sticks together.
Yeah.
Wonder how that, you know, you think it'd be pretty inefficient, wouldn't it? I mean,
Well,
those short ham sticks, but
Well, it's yeah. I mean,
they work.
oh, they do work.
I guess if you're wanting to use it in an apartment or something, you can't put a full 40-meter antenna out, can you?
Well, you know what I find works much better is just a short vertical. If you
Yeah,
use a dipole like that, the angle of
Yeah.
radiation's too low.
Oh man, you're playing with some loops back here.
Yeah, that's a PC
Oh,
board.
that's a PC board.
Yeah.
Cameraman, come over and take a look. Yeah, I can't pick it up. I'll probably break it. This loop is made out of a PC board here,
Mhm.
and you can see they got a little capacitor and looks like a balun and stuff here. Kind of experimental. A lot of experimental stuff here.
Yeah. Let me show you this one.
Uh huh.
This, if you can see this copper loop here, this is the capacitor.
There we
I'll
go.
pull it out. There's no connections to the capacitor. This is how the capacitor
All right,
varies.
This
all
is
right.
a neat
Okay.
capacitor here.
So
See-
this is cool, guys. Let's get a good close up of this. We got 2 circuit boards here, and because they're next to each other, they make a capacitor. They got an air gap. And look at this. Is that a motor?
That's
or
a motor.
something?
That motor turns and it pushes that out.
Pushes these apart. It's
Yeah.
going to spread them apart to change the capacitance.
Mhm.
And then he's got a spring on there. This is old school. You got a
Yeah.
spring there,
Yeah.
and when the motor turns the other way, the spring pulls these boards back together, and it changes the capacitance.
Mhm.
And that keeps you from having to put, you know, a high dollar capacitor on there. Or if you don't have one, you can make one.
Yeah. And notice that this part of the board is isolated from that part. See that gap right here?
yeah.
Yeah. See, the advantage of this thing is there's no mechanical connection. Everything is soldered. So
Right.
this is as efficient as something like a vacuum variable capacitor.
Okay.
You can see all this stuff etched out to provide insulation.
That is so cool there.
Mhm.
Very good. Okay. Oh, what do we got down here? S53 and another receiver, and oh, you got stuff everywhere. Oh man, let's see. Here's
I'll show you this thing.
What do you got?
This is a crystal radio I built when I was a kid, the Fillmore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crystal radio. Phil Moore, crystal radio.
1950s.
Still in a box.
Yeah.
1950. Did it work?
That one worked. I just that was a transistor radio. It had a transistor
Oh,
in
okay,
it.
okay. All right. Now you told me one time you homebrewed a crystal radio and you had trouble with it.
Oh yeah, that was back in Cub Scouts. That was my first radio. Never couldn't get it to work.
Oh man. But later on you got it to work.
Yeah.
Oh Martin, what we got? This is
That's the predecessor to the S38.
is it?
Yeah, Echo phone.
It's a really unique dial on it here. It's interesting. All right. I'm gonna walk around here. You can stay right there, Martin,
Okay.
so you can get the picture there. All right. Let's see what we got going
Let me
here.
tell you about that. I know you can't see
Yeah.
it very well. That is a AM transmitter receiver made by Gonset, a G76,
Okay.
not a transceiver,
Okay.
AM.
Wow. Oh, it's hard for me to see them from here. We've got, is that a ham band up here? Ham band receiver?
Yeah, it's a general coverage.
Oh, is it general
Lafayette
coverage?
radio,
Okay.
and that's another SBE34 transceiver. This is an antenna tuner that was made by a man named Murch up in Maine. We went to visit him one time, and he had clay in his basement that he used to build the ceramic insulator of a roller inductor. He would fire it. He made
Really?
everything.
All right.
Oh,
We've
that's
got,
that's
is this
a
another receiver? That's another.
yeah, SW54. It's one of those nationals, general coverage receiver. That's one
You
up
can
there.
tell they have a different look to them.
Yeah.
The National has a little bit different look
Yeah.
to them.
But look at the front panel. That was really hard to build. You had to stamp
Yeah.
that out. You
Oh,
couldn't.
yeah.
You couldn't just.
Yeah. And there's that. Wow.
Yeah. So you can see the fine tuning effect when you use your thumb on it. The diameter of that knob is so large.
Yeah. All right. We have here a phone patch. Heat
Well,
kit.
it's a station accessory.
Oh, okay.
It combines a whole bunch of stuff into one box. It's
Yeah.
a heat kit. It's a clock.
With
that-
an identify
on
light.
air. Yeah,
Every
on-
10 minutes,
on air.
it's going to tell you
Oh.
time to give your call letters.
Yeah. Watt meter built in.
Watt meter.
Phone patch built in.
That's got everything.
Clock built in. Yeah.
This one box has everything here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just keep
That's
going here.
That's well, this is the high power version, but this was one of the radios that I had that I operated for a long time. It's a 10 watt Yaesu FT7.
Yeah. I've never really seen that. FT7, 10 watts.
Solid state. One of
And
the
that
early
is,
solid state ones.
all band. I mean, it's 80 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Heat kit, timer,
It was,
patch, SW. It's kind of a,
So Martin, you mentioned visiting this man, and he made the ceramic insulator for the inductor. You, MFJ, you made a lot of products yourself. I mean, you built capacitors and variable capacitors and all that stuff, right? Those things were getting
we did.
they were getting so expensive. I mean, you know, a simple variable cap nowadays can sell anywhere from $50 to $100.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we made a lot of parts. We punched out the capacitor plates, smoothed the edges out, made all the parts that was used to put those capacitors together. We made the roller inductors. We punched out all the parts for that. We had bearings. We had a whole machine shop just to make parts.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's been several people I saw in the chat room. I hadn't been able to monitor it real closely, but we've had some international viewers on here from England and other places I saw. You know, Martin, I was just thinking about ham radio and all the products. How many products did you have?
Well, I don't really know. It's close to 2,000 different products.
You know, I was just
including
thinking.
everything, all
Yeah.
the cables and all.
I was just thinking, you know, probably just about every ham shack in the world knew about MFJ. If they didn't have an MFJ something, you know, they knew about it. And man, I mean, you had dealers and international dealers that carried your products.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had had distributors in at least 35 countries, and then each distributor had their own dealers.
Yeah,
We-
wow.
My guess is we made somewhere between 3 to 5 million pieces while we were in business.
Gee.
Lots of pieces. Yeah.
Well, and you know, you didn't farm a whole lot of it out. You made all the parts. I mean, the cabinets, everything. You had a metal shop, and I remember
yeah.
I remember several years back. I think it was your metal shop, your punch or your, I don't know, one of the machines died on you, and you had to buy a new machine. And I mean, I'm guessing it's probably cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. But my understanding is when you got it, it wouldn't even fit through the door. How did you get it inside?
We had to take part of the building apart.
Oh man.
Now, some of those machines cost as much as a house,
Yeah. Oh
but
man.
they were pretty much automated. You stick in a sheet of aluminum, and it would punch out all those parts. We even had a loader where you could load it up with 4x8 sheets of aluminum, and it would take a sheet out, put it in the machine, punch out all the parts, punch out the parts, and then it would pick it up and stack it, and then pick the next piece up. You could program it where you could turn it on and turn the lights off and go home, and you would have a stack already punched out.
Well, what was interesting for me to see when I'd come visit was things like your soldering wave machine, where you had this sea of molten solder there, and the boards floating across it, you know. And another one that really got me was your pick and place parts machine. I don't know how that thing knows to grab a part and how it knows it stuck it on there right, Martin, but it does.
Well, you know, there were all kind of ways of programming that, but that machine learned. You took the head of it and you moved the head to the position where you want the part, and you just kept doing that, and you taught the machine where the part was, and you told them which part it is, and then we just go and pick them up and put them down.
Wow. That's
well, it's very hard to do surface mount without that kind of a machine.
Oh man, I have.
That's right.
Hey,
you had to have that.
Yeah. Well, I built a lot of these trackers that we fly, you know, with surface mount, very small. Actually, I couldn't have done it without a microscope, and I have lost more little resistors and capacitors. They're they're half the size of a flea. If one of them falls on the workbench or on the carpet, you don't even worry about it. You just get another one.
Yeah.
Man, you mentioned the FT7 a minute ago. Was that what it was called? Was it a Frog 7?
Yeah. They might have used a term like that, but that was one of the very first solid state transceiver, fully solid state transceivers. It was made by Yaesu, and I remember buying that from one of our dealers in Memphis.
Oh,
Did
wow.
you know he's still around?
Yeah.
Marshall Robilio.
Yeah, I know Marshall.
Yeah, they had okay, he's a good guy. I still see him post on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, he takes a lot of pictures of the Hamfest. Yeah, I mean, I think he's into photography now.
Oh, okay.
He'll make a lot of pictures. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
he was. I think he's still driving around in motorcycles.
Oh man.
I think he's in his 90s now.
Yeah, he's getting up there. All right, back to our video here.
Same.
Yeah.
It
It's
does
like
about
that.
the same as that right there, kind of a station accessory. Okay. Another heat kit. This is a
That's a
single bander,
Single
right?
banner, yeah.
This would be a, what is this thing? It's a heat kit.
That's either HW20 or HW40. I had one of those.
Yeah.
Cool. That's $100 back then. Those
Johnson.
yeah.
Tuner. No,
Transmitters.
transmitter.
Yeah.
Transmitter.
all three of those are transmitters, 2 night kits and 1 Johnson.
Now it looks like the night kit here in the E.F. Johnson, somebody copied
Yeah.
somebody. They're
Yeah.
they're identical.
They're identical.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know who copied who.
yeah. Wow.
I
You know, back
suspect-
then, man, the cases were, that metal was a lot harder. I can see why they have to punch it 11 times to get through it. Okay, we're coming around here. We're coming around. Night VFO.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it drifts today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Little swan rig, sideband rig. That looks like a nice little sideband rig. Right there.
That was an early solid state rig.
Yeah, yeah. And then we've got,
That's a novice station. That box where your finger's on,
yeah,
that's the receiver, and next to it is the transmitter. You bolt them together, and you have a transmitter
that
and a
is so
receiver.
cool.
It's a transceiver.
That's so cool.
Right above that is the receiver.
Yeah,
The top one, yeah, that's another one, but it's the receiver only.
that's so cool. I had a friend that built some of these. These are Conair. This was a kit. And I guess
It was
that's,
like a learning course, like the,
yeah.
remember NRI, National
Right,
Radio
right.
Institute?
Yeah, these Conars, you know, they had things, you build your own TV or
Oh,
you
okay.
build your stereo, you know, and yeah. So there's the transmitter up there, crystal control, or I guess you could plug a VFO in, okay. Helicopters, this is kind of a little compact receiver.
That was a very good receiver.
Yeah.
It was a very advanced receiver.
Now this is a ham band only.
Yeah.
You're starting to see some ham band only, you know, in later years.
Yeah. High IF, crystal filters.
All right, hey, I want to talk about this. I remember this. I don't think I ever built one. Did you build this one or somebody?
The one I built's over there is upside down.
Okay.
That
is
was my first shortwave radio I had, regenerative, night kit,
Yeah.
space spanner.
How'd it work?
Well, you could hear stuff.
Yeah.
It had problems with hand capacitance. When you tune the station in, you had to leave your hand
Leave your
there.
hand on the knob.
And yeah, if you move your hand away, the station goes away. Frequencies shift.
That is so cool. And your frequency readout is just not real accurate here. You kind of
That's maintaining. That's the band spread.
main tuning. Yeah, that's main tuning and band spread.
Yeah.
So not real accurate. You just gotta have to know where you were, I guess.
3-tube AC/DC. One of the two was a rectifier. One was an audio amplifier, and the other one was a the regenerative detector.
All right, I'm going to move the hat, put it right here.
Okay.
Amico, how do you pronounce
the
it?
Amico. That's
The
a novice
Amico.
transmitter.
Yeah, I built several transmitters. Transmitters were easy to build back then. Receivers not so easy to build for me. But here is a transmitter. This was I guess it was a kit, Amico kit.
Mm-hmm.
And 2-tube, that's looks like a 5Y3 or something. And then that's probably a 6L6 or something,
Yeah.
6V6, I don't know.
6V6, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe. And
Plug-in
then
coils.
here's your crystals. The crystals plug in the top up here. And you actually just plug them into a tube socket. A tube socket had the same spacing as these, so we would use a tube socket. To change bands, you change the coils out. There's a 80-meter coil there, and I don't know what this is, but you change the coils.
Yeah.
And that's how you change bands on it. What do you think the power would be on that? 3 or 4 or 5 watts, maybe?
Something like that. No, 6V6s wouldn't put much out.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, an Atlas. We didn't talk much about Atlas. Atlas has some radios.
Yeah, that was the early fully transistor. That the lineage, it goes all the way back to Swan.
Uh-huh.
Same guy,
Yeah.
Herb Johnson.
All right. Gee. What is this? Is this a prototype? Is this a prototype you're working on?
Well, it probably was. I think that might have been.
Or, well, it may have been just already built. Isn't that pretty, guys? Look at that tuner. Is this like a Z tuner or a,
No,
or a T tuner? Or?
Yeah, I think that was the original T network
Yeah.
that we had.
Oh, that
We
is
brought that out, and then there were people copied it.
That is cool, man. I like the way the inductor rolls. I like this better than I like the inductor itself rolls. You know,
Oh yeah,
that's
Yeah.
nice.
we made every piece of that inductor.
Yeah, you make the capacitors too.
Yeah, make all the capacitors.
You know, capacitors are really expensive. Now you can't buy a capacitor for under $50 to $100.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. All right. Well, I tell you what, we've just about covered all this up here. I want to take a peek back here. This is my favorite room back here. Don't come back here yet. Well, yeah, come back here. I want to show you this. Martin, do you still build stuff back here?
Yeah, I like to play around with the stuff.
Guys, this is my favorite room back here. Look at this. Look at this. Radios on the floor, parts, soldering irons, everything. This is where a lot of MFJ stuff was kind of built and experimented with. Man, we've got stuff stacked up over here. All kinds of radios. Woo, I like this capacitor. A big capacitor right there. A lot of parts and, oh gee, too much to even describe. So Martin,
All right, guys, we're getting to the part here where I get tears in my eyes. I get very sentimental here, and Martin knows how to make tears come out my eyes. So I'm trying to hide it, but that's coming up. If you want to see tears, just keep watching. And all I got to do is get it back on here.
you're trying to close down your companies here. You're going to have to do something with a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to move all these radios to your new home when you move out of here, or you think you're going to get rid of them? Or?
Well, what I would like to do is to find a good home for each piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want to just give it away then, because then it would have no value.
Right.
I mean, if somebody really wants it, you know, he can pay a little money for it, and he really wants it. That's who I want to have
Right.
it. If they want it, I've given these away to them. I've had one of the guys that used to work for us, his father had one of the big HRO receivers,
Yeah.
and I gave it to him. And then I had a SX28. This guy, one of his relatives had one, so I gave that to him. So that's the kind of person I'm looking for.
Okay.
In fact,
So-
I was going to say this later, but since you asked me, that Night Kit transmitter, I'm giving that to you.
Oh man, look at that! I got my novice, Martin. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I think it's very. I honestly, there's a tear. That's very sentimental to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I've got to.
that's who I want to give it to. Somebody who wants it, you know.
I got to look at this. I got to get my composure back. Oh man. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna hook it and the receiver together, and I'm gonna show people on the show how we used to do things.
Oh man, that'd be
Because
great.
it won't be many years, people won't remember how we used to do things back then. Let me wipe the tears out of my eyes here. Oh man.
Let me tell you something kind of
Yeah.
funny. See that door over there?
Yeah.
I have that door and then my front door, and I lock my front door.
But you don't lock this one?
Yeah, in case I lock myself out of the office, I can come in that door.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, so you're telling people, and this segment's going to run on our show. You're telling people, if you saw something up there that you're really interested in, you know, like that was your novice rig or something back 50 years. If you're interested in, we'll have him contact you.
Yeah.
And y'all can negotiate what you'd like to do.
Yeah, just make me an offer, and you know, if I know somebody wants it and they're willing to pay some money for it, I know they want it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I understand your thinking there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simpson 260 meter. Let me tell you, I grew up with one of these, and this is the meter to have.
I still use it.
And you know what these meters cost today? They're running $500 today for this
Man.
meter. The Simpson 260, right there. Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
That's my original.
Your original night.
The
come around
original
here,
one. See that panel I put on to add it to it?
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that panel do?
That's a fine regeneration control.
Oh.
You know how hard it is to set the regeneration?
Yeah. Here's a Heathkit 101
Yeah.
here. Now, I don't see many 100s. Are you familiar with the 100?
Mhm.
See, I bought a 100 when it came out.
Oh
and
yeah.
built it.
Yeah, the beige panel.
It's really the same. It's really the same radio, I think. The
Same
100.
radio.
They might have. I don't know what they could have done different. Maybe they put an extra ball bearing or something in. I don't think mine had this button here, but everything was the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best radio, Martin. I bought it. That was the first sideband rig I had. I bought it in 1972. Paid $249 for
Isn't
it.
that something?
And you know, 30 years later, I sold it for $249.
Wow.
Same price I paid for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man, you know, woo. Oh man. Okay. Hey, there's something out here in the hall. You got a bunch of something stacked up in the hall. What were those heat kits?
Just more stuff. Go look
Let's
at
see
it.
what let's see what's in the hall.
That's
here.
on this side. There's some more on the other end.
Let's look at this. Yeah. Let's see what we got out here in the hall. What do we got? We got some heat kits here.
HW16s.
Oh, okay. HW16s there. And this one down here, Ed.
This is a ham band only receiver in the same vein
Yeah.
as your
It's a
Helicraft.
140, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then what? Oh man, look at this.
So Martin, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Will you adopt me?
Yeah, I adopt you.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm so happy looking at all this stuff again, Martin. I mean, I can't even talk about it. Back to the video.
Man,
That's a Gonset receiver on the bottom. You remember Gonset?
I remember the name. I don't remember that
Okay.
receiver.
It wasn't around for long. They had 2 or 3 receivers.
Yeah. Man, you got some really older stuff over there, like microwave wave guide or something. I see
Yeah.
over there.
It's like an antenna analyzer. See that one right there?
Yeah.
That's an oscillator.
Oh, is it?
And it put out like a watt.
Cool. Cool. Oh wait, I think I see. Let me scoop by you, Ed, right here, real quick. Oh, I keep seeing stuff. Oh, that's an S. What is this?
S38E or D.
38. S38. Yeah. I had one of those. I don't know what happened to it. Ah, okay. All right. Stuff on the shelf up here. Ah, military.
A night kit version of the 260.
Yeah, it is. It is. And this is
Like an ARC 5.
like an ARC 5. This
Yeah.
is a military. Was that like
Well,
people
they,
used it for a VFO, didn't they?
well, they used it for the whole receiver.
Oh, as a
There
receiver?
yeah, there were several bands. The low frequency band, they used it for a tune IF, and they gave you super selectivity.
Oh, what is this?
That's a curve tracer for transistors.
A curve tracer. I've got a curve tracer I built on a scope.
Okay.
It shows the the L shape or the straight line.
Well,
I've
this
never
one
seen
you have to get point by point
Oh, gee.
and plot your own curve.
I wouldn't even know how to operate that, man. Wouldn't even know how to operate it. Okay.
There's some Q meters.
I don't know, man. What is this?
It's a signal
Oh,
generator.
so it says service monitor. It's a generator, and yeah, cool, cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, well,
You remember the grid dip meters?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I have a bunch of
You got
milli.
some grid dip meters and
Yeah.
stuff.
Those.
Oh, right there.
Mhm.
But I found your SWR analyzers work perfect for grid dip.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
using one the other day. I just on the input, I just put a little 2-loop, and I could take my coil that I wound and stick it in there, and you can see that SWR meter just
Yeah.
and that analyzer. And boy, here your documents, man. They're
Yeah.
turning yellow, but I bet they got some good stuff in
Yeah.
here. Let me see what the date on this is. Oh, this is Trader, Amateur Radio Trader.
Yeah, we used to include a whole catalog in there every month.
Oh, there's a $50 bill in there. You must. All right, all right.
I have the Popular Electronics,
Yeah,
Electronic Illustrated.
yeah. 73. I used to love that magazine. They had nice articles in there to build things. I hate that they went out of business. Let me find something here I want to build. Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
You get to the building section here. Build this narrowband tunable filter. I don't do PSK 31, so All right. Well, guys, we're here with Martin, and we have talked about him growing up and getting his license and setting up his business, and we looked at a lot of stuff here. Oh, I remember taking these when they were small, this size. Yeah,
Look
like
at the
in the
year.
60s. Where's the year? Oh, 1935. This stuff be hard. This is going to have link inductors and stuff. I don't like link inductors. That was before my time, but look at this. And it's all tube, of course.
Mm-hmm.
A simple neon tube oscilloscope. Boy, that looks old-timey for sure. I don't know what that is.
That's pretty much when radio was starting
Vacuum
up.
tube voltmeter. Yeah, you can build you a vacuum tube voltmeter here. All right, where's this go?
Right up here.
Right here? Guys, unless he can find a museum or something, or someplace nice to send all these magazines, QST 73, ham radio, all these, he's got entire volumes back to like 1920. So if you're a collector, send Martin an email. And is your email in QRZ? Do you want him to send you an email? Send me an email and I'll forward it to you.
Yeah.
That way you won't get a whole lot. Just send me an email if you see something Martin has. But anyway, hey, we're here with Martin. We've had a great time, Martin. I think it's almost lunchtime. We're gonna go get some lunchtime, and I'm buying today because you've always bought every time before. So I'm buying today, and I don't know about the cameraman. He can do what maybe he won't order anything. We really appreciate it. We've got a 2.5-hour drive back, so we're going to leave right after lunch. We've got some other things to do today. But man, I hate seeing this, but time makes this stuff happen.
Everything
And you
has
need to
an end.
retire.
Yeah.
You need to retire.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, guys, so we're signing off from MFJ down in Starkville, Mississippi. Goodbye, 73s to everybody.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, you can see, there was a lot of stuff to see, and that is just one part of a large building, and he has multiple buildings down there. Oh, gee. I had some thoughts about this I was going to talk about a minute ago, but I've already forgot them. My mind is overwhelmed right now with seeing all that stuff. It's amazing.
That was great. That was a great tour, Tom. It's that was just my office.
I know it. I know, man. And, Martin, it's gee, I'm out of breath. I watched it, but I'm out of breath. Just going through all that stuff. You've got a lot of stuff there, Martin. Let me just say this: you got a lot of stuff there. I had some of that stuff, and I don't know where it went. Now I don't know what that means. But you got a lot of stuff there that I don't know where it went. Oh man!
Well,
Did you
I just bought
did you
the
have
stuff and stacked it.
Yeah? Did you have any ham equipment that you got rid of that now you would like to have back?
Maybe a few pieces, but
Yeah.
I buy a piece and I just keep it.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
sometime I may forget that I bought a piece and buy the same thing again.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, let me show you something. I want to show you a couple pictures here real quick. There's me at age 16 with my SX140 and my T150, and the picture below it, the color picture, is the T150 that Martin gave me. So right there, I'm putting my novice station back together, and oh man, it feels so good to see that. It's like a long lost relative, that you had, and you found him. He came back. But that's a shot from one angle there. Let's see. I got a couple more pictures here real quick. Oh, let me go. Let me go to that one. There's another shot of it right there. You see, he had almost everything I've got there. And how do you like the color picture? One of the guys in our Facebook group took my black and white picture there, and he colored it. And I mean, the colors like that T150. The colors are almost perfect, man. The way he's got it colored. It's amazing. There we are right there. The old black and whites on the top, and the colored pictures. What do you call it? I don't know. Colorized pictures on the bottom. I don't know how they do it, but
it really brings it out.
It really does. Yeah, man. Oh well. Anyway, guys. Hey, we've gone over, but that's okay. We don't have a time limit, and great show tonight. I really enjoyed it, Martin, and we got to figure out some way, Martin. I want to build antenna tuners, and I want to build stuff, and I want to test stuff, and I got questions, and we got to get you to start coming on the show more often, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I can't pay you any more than I pay Brett, but, hopefully you'll come on with us on Wednesday night. When you can. You don't have to be here every Wednesday night, but when you can, we'd love to have you.
Okay, well, I would love to be back on your show.
All right.
Can I give a little plug for myself?
Go right ahead.
Our website is still up, and the instruction manuals are available for download. We have schematics, lots of articles. But we also still have a lot of products that we're trying to sell out. So come and visit our website.
All right. And that website is what, MFJ Enterprises?
Yeah. Just Google MFJ Enterprises.
Yeah. You just type MFJ and it'll take you there for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Let's see. Just checking the chat room for last comments. Let's see. Yeah, I probably forgot selling some of that stuff. Okay. Well, guys, that brings us to an end of the show tonight. We're glad everybody joined us tonight, and we hope to see you back. We've gone to every 2 weeks now instead of weekly. So, I don't know if that's good or bad. But hopefully we can make it work. Martin, it's past my bedtime here. I know, you probably wanting to go get something to drink and some popcorn, and then maybe head to bed in a little while. So, thank you for being with us tonight.
Oh, I've enjoyed it, Tom.
Yeah.
And you're a good host and good interviewer. Your show has made a big difference in ham radio. I appreciate that.
And again, Martin, it's just like you. I don't know how much longer we can carry this on. We've been on weekly for over 11 years, and it's a little tiring at times, and trying to hold that schedule, and have a life at the same time. That's why we went to every 2 weeks or twice a month. I don't know, maybe another year or two. Maybe Brett here will take it over and run it for another 10 or 15 years.
I could try.
Yeah. All right, 73 guys, we're gonna close the show, and Martin, stick around a minute. We'll be right back. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me see. I was gonna. Hey, let's play this. Let's look at this. We haven't looked at this in a while.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you in a week or two.